Hello, and welcome to my playground. This is the Mad Chemist Church, or Church McGurch, depending on where you know me from, and welcome back to Let's Play of an older indie title, West of Loathing. Let's get back into it as Bjorn Hatfield. Alright, so what I had to do is, because this game requires, like, there's no, like, leveling to it, and things are at random, I kind of spent some time going back and killing some things. So I farmed some of the vibrato, whatever it is, and I looked around the map trying to find stuff, because there's a lot of things in this game that are random encounters. Didn't really get any of those random encounters, but while fighting the vibrano, while fighting those for pieces to get to get scrap and to get experience, I finally got the random encounter with the big one. It's like 5 or 6 pieces all put together, and you kill it. It's a pretty decent fight, but it gives you this El Vibrato loop, and that's the only way to get this loop. There might be another one, but another thing I did was I couldn't remember how to get into the circus. So I remembered you gotta go talk to the I was thinking I had to do something around here, so I kind of checked, and it's like, well, shit, I forgot you're supposed to go up here. You're supposed to check these tracks. So you check these tracks, and it'll say go in the direction, and it'll say you don't find anything, or you lose whatever. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to say go in the opposite direction. Now, as soon as you click go in the opposite direction, it gives you, from the destroyed campsite, it gives you the clown campsite. I had completely forgotten about this. I had to kind of look it up, because I'm like, I know there's a clown campsite to get a ticket. I just could not for the life of me remember where it was. And I have played this game before, so it's not like any of this is kind of new to me. But this is, again, one of these games where I love to play it over and over, and I kind of like to play a different class every time. Like the first time I played Snake Oiler. Howdy, stranger. Howdy. You guys look a long way from the circus. You know about our circus? Yeah, Barney B. Bob's Traveling Circus something, right? Up north? Barney Bob's Perfectly Normal Traveling Circus Sideshow. That's the one. It's way up north, huh? Though, what are you guys doing all the way down here? The clown exchanges glances. Camping. You can tell by the campfire. What I mean is, why are you guys camping all the way down here so far from home? Oh, well, we're on a break, so we decided to take in the sights. What sights? This is the middle of nowhere. Nonsense. Check out those cactuses over there. And those mountains. And, well, all this sand. Plenty of things to see. Can you tell me a bit about the circus? I thought you said you'd been... No, I've seen the big painted canvas walls and all, but I haven't actually been inside, so sell me on it. Let's hear your pitch. Oh, gosh. Huh? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I don't know how to handle public relations type stuff. I do. He looks at the other clowns, and they shrug back at him. Consciences? Aw, come on. Concessions? Yeah, concessions. Ah, come on. You work at the place, don't you? Give me the scoop. Well, it's a circus, you know. There's food and games and a freak show and all that good circus stuff you love. Go on, tell me more. Will you quit bugging me, so just see it for yourself? Tell me. What's your deal? Are you cracked or something? Tell me. About your circus clown! Look, damn it. Are you trying your patience? Here's a free ticket. Go see it for yourself and leave me alone. Well, thank you. So, I think the last time I didn't have Intimidating 4, and I just had to fight them. And you just fight all 3, and they give you the ticket. But now that I have a ticket, I can go to the circus. Okay. I have a ticket. Talk to him. I'd like to see the circus, please. I just so happen to have one. The clown looks very surprised. What? How do you... well, great. Good for you, sir. I'll take it. Stamp it for entry. There you go. Enjoy the show. What about my partner? Partners get in free. Thanks. A perfectly normal circus. You stroll into the circus. Actually, I guess it's more of a carnival. Let's not split hairs and find it almost entirely deserted. There aren't more than a dozen other patrons besides yourself. There are a bunch of clowns around, working at the booth and so on. No more clowns than customers. It's a little unsettling, but at least lines won't be very long. Got it. The merry-go-round has a dirty canvas tarp over it. Read sign. Condemned until further notice. We encourage anyone suffering from horse bites to consult a doctor. That's a ticket for the sideshow. Talk to the vendor. How much are they? 250 meat. What are the condiments? Pickle relish, 3 kinds of mustard, and 2 kinds of ketchup. What are the kinds of mustard? Brown, yellow, and blue. Blue mustard? Yeah, it looks like I'm all out of the blue. Sorry. 2 kinds of ketchup? Yeah, you got it. Ketchup and catsup. Okay, no thanks. Talk to the vendor. What are they made of? What do you mean, they're pork? I was wondering if you had any vegetarian options. You've been saving that one up, haven't you? Mister, this is Colonel, not a herbivore. Yes, sir, for yours. How much are they? No thanks. Are they actually a foot long? 12 inches, because a lot of guys say that, but I'm just gonna stop you right there, seeing as there's ladies and children present. Want one or not? What are they made of? No thanks. Talk to the vendor. I'd like to look at the lost found. Oh, sure. What are you looking for? What you figured you'd see if you had anything you looked. Look, there's not such a thing as an honest thief. You gotta pick one or the other. Sorry. Cold drinks. What kind do you have? I got root beer, ginger beer, and sarsaparilla. How about some snozzberry? Nope. How do you make the drinks yourself? How much are they? 205 meat. Ooh, thanks. Talk to the vendor. Fella, what is it? It's cotton candy, the finest in several senses of the word. Spun sugar, created through a revolutionary new process. It's so light and sweet and fluffy. It's like eating butterfly dreams and kitten wishes. Whoo! So how did he actually made of cotton? No. Cotton is indigestible, no matter how much chocolate you cover it with. Found that out the hard way, did you? Phew! How much does it cost? 300 meat. Never mind. What colors do you have? Oh, well, look at that. Red? They're all red. How do you make them float like that? Well, there's nothing to do. Heck, they all float around here. Oh, of course. How much are they? Oh, just 30 meat. I'll take one. You get an It reference in there. Alright, and here you go. I got a balloon. Anything else I can do? Tell me more about this circus. Really, it's more of a carnival, but let's not split hairs, ho. What would you like to know? What are your traveling plans? I haven't decided yet. That's why we sat down here a bit. More rural. Keeps things relatively quiet while we scout around and get the lay of the land and all, ho. Where'd y'all travel from? All the previous stop interesting? Northwestish. It's a little hole in the ground kind of place. You would have heard of it. Why is everyone reading here? Oh, it's traditional when the, what do you call them, rodeos stopped being put out on. The rodeo clowns took out their jobs at circuses and carnivals. Well, theirs just become a normal thing for carnies to be clowns. It's a community. You know, you might say, who's Barney Bob guy? Well, he's the boss of the real famous showman. Though I'm not surprised you wouldn't have heard of him around here. Got an eye like a hawk, and he's a real whiz with them knives of his. Don't miss this show. It's a really highlight of the carnival. Okay, see you around. Man, they're all expensive here. Ah, here we go. Howdy, fella. Can I interest you in the wondrous delights of the sideshow? What do you have all in there? Secrets, mysteries, things disturbing to witness in the daylight? Freaks? Not just freaks. Gosh. How much does it cost? For you, 300 meat. And for everyone else, 300 meat. Okay, I'm in. Disappointed, no refunds. Thanks. The sideshow tent is fairly large and packed with weird things to look at, like all good sideshows are. A few lanterns are hanging from the ceiling, casting flickering shadows around and making everything look even more eerie. A clown is hanging out in here, presumably to keep an eye on the exhibits. He grins and nods as you enter. Come in, take your time. Have a good look around. Just remember, no touching. This guy is a startling sight, even for a circus freak show. His entire head is one enormous eyeball. As he looks over you, he stares back at you. Not that he's got much of a choice. Talk to him. Hello, my name is Bjorn. How's it going? Can you talk? I guess not. Take a closer look at him. A little to the side and lean over to the ropes to get a closer look at the guy. He's basically just what he seems to be at first glance. A guy with a giant eyeball for a head. You do notice two things, though. First, he has an odd lump at the, well, what you would call the base of his skull. If he had one. A sort of crumpled fleshy mass the size of a fist. With a squint and some imagination, it almost looks like the crushed and shriveled vestigial remains of a human head. The second thing you notice is that his ankles are locked to his legs of the stool, and the legs of the stool are bolted to the floor. So this is a circus gig. How do you like it? His hand slowly curls into a fist and his knuckles turn white with tension. Tension. I see, I understand. Do you blink? Or wink, I guess? I guess not. Okay, we'll see you around. A man is neatly dressed, with the suit is a bit threadbare, not of fashion. He's smoking a pipe and leafing through a magazine. When you stop to look at him, he nods. Talk to him. Hello there, welcome to the sideshow. My name's Douglas. Hi, I'm Bjorn. Delighted to meet you. So, well, are you perhaps trying to think of a polite way to ask what's wrong with me? Yeah, you got me. Don't worry, Bjorn. I am in the sideshow, after all, and it's obvious and a natural question. Wait a minute. You said the last bit without moving your lips. Are you a ventriloquist? Not at all. Allow me to demonstrate. He stands up, turns around, and his back is the same as his front. That is, his suit has been tailored with two front sides, and he has another face on the back of his head, with his hair cut and parted appropriately. Ta-da! As he sits back down, his knees and other joints crack and pop loudly as they revert. Douglas winces slightly, though certainly not as much as you'd expect. What in the surprising, yes. A bit, yeah. How do you even... How possible? Shrugs and holds his pipe up to the now back of his head, so his other face can puff. Are you, what's the phrase, Siamese twins? Not exactly. It's difficult to describe, I am afraid. Two minds in one body. With two faces. It'd be closer to the truth to say instances of the same mind. With, say, two faces. You're right. Does it make any sense at all? The other face chuckles and Douglas holds his magazine behind his head. It took some getting used to, but quite certain. Were you born like this? I'd rather not discuss how he came to be like this, if you don't mind. No apology necessary. Your knees must be wrecked. Surgery is necessary to permit them to bend in both directions, but it sounds worse than it feels. I assure you. Why are you in the sideshow? What a regular suit and haircut. You could possibly pass for normal. I have a contract. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot the clown making a gesture, but you don't catch what it is. Douglas clears his throat. Plus, well, it's quite the life, you know. Free room and board and travel the world. And you meet such interesting people. Talk to you later, Douglas. There's a lady here, and her head is sticking out of the hole in a large metal box. She nods politely at you. Hello. Hello there. Enjoying the carnival? Well, it's interesting, she smiles slightly. Yes, I'm sure it is. Can I ask you a question? Certainly. What's your name? I'm Janet, and you? I'm Bjorn. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Bjorn. Why are you in the box? That's a rather personal question, isn't it? Oh, sorry. I'm only teasing, dear. Would you like to see inside? Sure. Janet whistles to the signal the clown, and he moseys over. He locks the door on the front of the box and throws it open with a theatrical flourish. Whoosha! Inside, instead of Janet's body, you see a tangled, complicated assortment of glass tubes and pipes, ticking clockwork, gears, and pumps. Liquids of various colors, mostly red, slosh through the tubes. A large billow near the top inflates, then begins to slowly deflate. What do you think? It's some kind of trick, right? Some kind of trick, right? You fold it up behind a mirror in there or something? No trick. The clown chuckles and walks around the back of the box. He opens a hatch and waves at you through it, then saunters back to his place on the shelves. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. It's certainly educational, I imagine. The larger tank on the left is my stomach. If you'd like to see what I had for lunch today, examine her workings. You watch the various liquids slosh around in their tanks and pipes for a minute. Weird, gross, but in the end, educational. You got the perk. Anatomically learning. How did this happen? Were you in some kind of terrible accident? I'm sorry, but I can't talk about that. Of course. Sorry, it must be a painful memory. Her calmly composed face creases into a very slight grimace as she shoots a sidelong glance at the clown. Yes. Well, it was nice to meet you. Good luck, Bjorn. Now it's open and you can see it. These shelves are filled with jars, and the jars are filled with things. Real weird looking things. Look closer. You lean a little closer to inspect the jars. They most certainly are malformed and or mutated animals pickled in formaldehyde. A 3-headed kitten, some kind of ferret or weasel with 8 legs, twisted Mobius loop of a snake, so the Ouroboros, without a head or tail. Weird, crazy stuff. One shelf seems devoted to huge, gross, pale grubs like fat, featureless worms the size of sweet potatoes. That's big. The one on the end is larger than the others, and the shiny someone has painted its face in an appropriate parody of a clown makeup. Yuck. Take a closer look. The pasty white face has been painted with little blue triangles over and under the eyes. The creature has a long, thin slash of a mouth as well, and the area around it has been painted with bright red lipstick. Black eyes flash red as the thing suddenly thrashes in its jar, spinning to face you and stretching its mouth wide open, revealing rows of yellow shark teeth. You stumble back and cry of shock. Ah! Got you pretty good there, buddy. What is that? It ain't a real critter. It's made of rubber and clay and doll parts and such. Got an electromagnet under the shelf to move it with. He takes the little push button gizmo out of his pocket to show you. Should have seen your face. You about jumped right out of your boots. Ugh. These shelves are displaying a large collection of strangely painted eggs. Have a closer look. You see several shelves full of white eggs, each one painted with a unique pattern of colorful shapes. The small placard pinned to one of the shelves says, "Clown eggs in the circus." Community, it's a tradition for each clown to paint their chosen makeup pattern onto an eggshell. These clown eggs are achieved for future reference to ensure that no one chooses a pattern that has been already used and is considered extremely taboo to wear another clown's face. These must be the eggs for the clowns to work in the circus. You recognize a few of them, like the clown here in the sideshow tent and the ticket seller clown. Inspect the eggs more closely. Hey, step back. Please, no touching. Sorry. The shell. Look at yourself. Your reflection in the mirror is short and squashed, folded up like an accordion. You spend most of it moving back and forth in the front of the mirror, seeing how your image is kind of amusing. Wasn't enough crazy looking. Look around. This mirror makes you look really stretched out and thin, your limbs twisted and writhe like a snake as you move around. It's a bit unsettling and your muscles ache a little. Look through this one. Gah! This mirror somehow shows you what you'd look like in clown makeup. Bloodshot eyes stare back at you from a pasty white face painted with an odd pattern of red triangles in the flickering lantern light. It's almost like he winks at you. Talk to this guy. Hey, fellow, welcome to the side. Thanks. What do you see? Well, down to the left, you have our collection of spooky, warped mirrors. Right here, we have an exhibit of clown eggs, pickled punks. And further down to the right is our freak show. Feel free to explore, and I'll be here if you got any questions. Ask a question. What's with the weird mirrors? Ain't they right? That's called an optical illusion. All I understand, it has to do with the way the light reflects off of them. I am 100% sure what I saw can't be explained by the refraction of light. Or reflection, not refraction. Reflection of light. Hehehe, no telling what you might see if you look too long. Uh-huh. Talk to him, ask a question. What about these, people? You mean the freaks? Ain't they a scream? The one with the giant eyeball head is my favorite. Nice, quiet fella. Uh-huh. If you have any questions about the other two, feel free to ask them personally. Tale to school, since the eye guy can't talk, though, he can ask me about him if you want. Okay. Does he ever blink? You mean wink? Heh. Nope, no eyelids. I gotta toss a bucket of water over him every once in a while so he don't get too dry. He does look a bit dry now. When I mention it, it's a bit about time. Excuse me for a minute. Sure. Look closer. Since the clown's distracted, you take the opportunity to get a closer look at the eggs. You notice two things about them. Firstly, they're too large to be chicken eggs. You have no idea what kind of eggs they are. Secondly, they've all been broken, and then very meticulously glued back together. They almost look like they've been reassembled after something hatched out of them. You quickly step back as the guard clown returns. He gives you a fair amount of side-eye. Doesn't say anything. Ask him a question about these people. So let's do that. Okay, what can you tell me about him? Not much, I'm afraid. To be honest, he joined us about a year ago. Maybe a little less. Where did he come from? No idea. Weird, ain't it? You'd think fella looks like that. You'd have read about him in all them papers, right? Oh, yeah, it's a mystery. How did he get like that? Couldn't tell you. I bet you've got a theory at least. Well, maybe he saw something no human fella should have ever seen. Why is he locked in his chair? Ah, you noticed that, did you? Real shame. This fella's a bit unpredictable. He's a violent spell once in a while. Gosh, don't worry none. I'm keeping an eye on him. Can't say this game doesn't deliver. Ask a question. What can you tell me about these eggs? That's a tradition, clown thing. There's a placard on next to them that explains the details. Don't get too close, they're fragile. Okay. And what about these jars? That's what we in the business call pickled punks. A menagerie of strange and twisted creatures such as you've never seen before. They're like captured and preserved and on display for your entertainment and edification. That's how the boss says it. Are they real? As real as they come. Okay, I think I've done about as much as I can do in here. Already read the sign. It's the main stage. Let's see a shooting gallery. Take a closer look. What's the game? Well, the wall behind me. For 10 meat, I'll loan you a cheap, inaccurate pistol and a pile of badly made ammunition, and your goal is to pop as many balloons before the pistol stops. That's an unusually honest-sounding description. What's the prize? A ticket to Barnaby's stage show, which is otherwise sold out. So it's a rare catch, my friend. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Good luck. I have 20 moxie. Oh, I got a small plush kitten. Alright, let's take a closer look. What's this game? Simple guessing game, imaginable. Deck of cards here, faces, you guess what these cards are, pick and win. If you don't shuffle them, no sir. If you can memorize a deck of cards that fast, the more power to you. What's the prize? It's a show, otherwise. Okay, let's give it a shot. I only have 20 mysticality, so small. Alright. Oh, I know what this one is. What's this game? Simple as you can. Use the big mallet, hit the lever under the bell, ring the bell to win. What's the prize? Let's give it a shot. Oh, I got 30 muscle. Oh. Boom. Ding. Well, I'll be. That's some genuine muscle you got there, fella. Looks like you're a winner. You gave me the ticket. Thanks. I have a feeling, though, if I play this and I do the 20, small plush bear. Okay, cool. Appears to be one of them. Test your strength. Oh, talk to the clown. Howdy, fella. Anything I can do for you? Can you tell me about the circus? Weren't you on the other side of the midway just now? Ho-ho! Nope. That's the other balloon guy. We just dress alike and use the same face paint. Did we fool ya? He grins and gives you a big, exaggerated wink. Wait a second. Those eggs said they can't use the same face paint. Anything else I can do for you? No, I'm good. There's a kid searching around with a sad look on his face. Talk to him. Did you lose your parents? I lost my lucky bottle cap. You haven't seen it, have you? Have you, sir? No, but I'll keep an eye out. What's it look like? It's shiny steel and it's on a little chain. Okay, if I find it, I'll let you know. To the kid. Hi, sir. Did you find my lucky bottle cap? So now I gotta come back. Actually, let's see. Can I do this again at 30? Let's give it a shot. Okay. Ding. That's genuine muscle. Thanks. See, as I've already got a ticket to the show, there's a limited time patron. I'll give you another. Okay. So now I have to get, I think. Yeah, I'm 3 for 3 on everything. So I'm going to have to come back. I need 4 points in Mysticality and 2 points in Moxie. I have no more XP, so I'm going to have to come back when I can get those to 30. And I'll get, like, the big versions. So I got the ticket here, but that kid said he has a lost and found. So let's go back to this dude, talk to the vendor. How much are they? Yeah, I'll take one. Clown sausage. Talk to the vendor. How much are they? Yeah, I'll take one. Root beer, ginger beer, or sarsaparilla? I'm gonna go ginger beer. And let's talk to the vendor. How much does it cost? I'll take one. Here you go, enjoy. Food. Can I? What is it? How much do they cost? Yeah, no thanks. I got 500 meat left. Talk to the vendor. I'd like to see the loss. Oh, sure, what'd you lose? A lucky bottle cap. Yeah, appears to be in luck. This one's yours. The clown pulls a wooden box out from under the counter. He puts the box on the counter. You see, he turns his back to the grill for a moment. Look inside. A shiny bottle cap, a folding pocket knife. Oh, wait. A bottle of smelling salts. Thanks. Sure, no problem. Talk to the vendor. Lost and found. My pocket knife. Look inside. Take the pocket knife. Thanks. Talk to the vendor. Ask about lost and found. My handkerchief. Yeah, appears in your luck. There's one right there. Take this silk handkerchief. Handkerchief. I'd like to. A lucky bottle cap. Look inside. Take it. Yep, that's the one. Thanks. No problem, sir. Got it all. What does any of it do? Lucky bottle cap sells for 1 meat. Hanky. Thankfully, the previous owner of this does not appear to have gotten any use out of it. Sells for 5 meat. Pocket knife, a little folding pocket knife. This one isn't going to be useful as a weapon, but you never know when it might come in handy. Plus, it was free. Smelling. Oh, and it's just smelling salts gives you an additional. Okay. Let's talk to the kid. As I ice skate all the way over. Talk to him. Sir, did you? Yes, this one? Yep, that's it. Thank you, sir. No problem, kid. Did he take it? Yeah, he took it. Alright. I feel like that's about it. So, the muscly clown doesn't seem to want you to go in there. Talk to him. The stage show ain't till later. When? Later. When exactly? Later. Okay, jeez. Okay. What's this guy? Thanks. But if I have a closer look, inspect the eggs, closer look, take a closer look. Does this guy have any new? How's it hanging? Take a closer look at him. Okay, we'll see you around. Run like this, we need a sideshow. Talk to you later. Can I ask you a question? How are you feeling? How did it happen? Is there another option there that I missed? Oh, it's nice to see it. Yeah, okay. Maybe I can talk to this guy again? Ask a question. No. Okay. Talk to the vendor. What are they made of? I was wondering if you had a vegetarian option. No thanks. Oh, that's a sideshow. I might have to come back later. Yeah, I can't go in yet. Take a closer look. No thanks. Can you tell me more about the circus? Weren't you just on the other side? Earlier you told me there's another clown with the same face paint. That's right, the other balloon seller. Except I looked at the clown eggs display in the sideshow. There's only one egg with that pattern, and supposedly it's taboo for a clown to use another clown's makeup. Say, you're real sharp. Better watch out you don't cut yourself. Ho ho ho! So what's the deal? You're right, there's just me. I walk around the midway and sell balloons at both ends. When people ask, I like to have a little fun with them. So you're not actually following me around. Ho ho! Why would I need to do that? You aren't dangerous or anything, right? Right. Anything else I can do for you? The circus, weren't you just on the other side? I'm good, thanks. Okay, I confronted him. Sure. Oh, say, that's a real nice balloon. Want to trade? I'll give you my lucky bottle cap for it. Okay. Thanks again, sir. The kid runs off with his new balloon. Can I get another balloon? Talk to the clown. How much are they? What colors? How do they float? I'll take one. Good, good, thanks. So, I don't know why, I just... it's red. And he gave me this lucky cap. Okay. Yeah, no, okay, jeez. Okay. What about this guy? Alright. Maybe I do have to come back later. Yeah, take it. Maybe there's something over here I can do. Say hello. Converse. Do you know anything about the wrecked camp nearby? The clown with the meat chuckles quietly. Somebody camp got wrecked? Wow, that's terrible. What happened? Well, it looks like the work cows. You know, now that you mention it, we did hear a ruckus coming from not too far away. A lot of, moons and so on, right, boys? The other two clowns not in agreement. Well, you guys be careful. You guys know a lot about cows, right? Now, why do you assume that? Just because we're clowns? Well, I figured it comes with the territory. It's been a good 20 years since the rodeo was an actual thing, So why do you dress that way? Dress? Oh, well, it's tradition after all. It's, inconvenient. How do you mean? The makeup, the baggy clothes and all. Wait. Don't you take the costume off between shows? Haha, well, you might say we're used to it. Taking it off would be more inconvenient, right, fellows? The other two clones chuckle. It might be hard for people, when they're all not creeped out. Oh, you think we're creepy? He leers at you, showing yellow teeth in the flickering light of the campfire. They almost look pointed. Haha, relax, partner. That's just old stories we're getting worked up. You mean old stories about how demon cows and demon clowns war against each other in hell, and rodeo clowns dress like that because the rodeos were sort of like a reenactment of those battles? You've done your homework, so what do you think? Are demon clowns real? I'm thinking I'm looking at one right now. Oh, dear, dear. Well, now you got on to say that thing like that, now you know we can't leave you alive here, right, stranger? Bring it, freak show. Alright. Hey, let's do some stiff stomping. Boom! Get him, Gary. Yeah. Whiff. Whiff. Bam. Get him. Boom. 75. Look through their stuff. You got a clown knife and another circus ticket. Okay. You also find a note in one of the lead clown's pockets. Ew. It seems to be orders to check out an abandoned tannery not too far from Dirtwater. It's probably a bad idea to let these guys wander around near town, so maybe you should investigate. Shudder. Alright. So where is this tannery? Oh, there it is. Danny's Tannery. For all your tannin needs. Is there anything out here? Nope. It sounds like there's a lot of fighting going on inside this tannery, except instead of regular fighting, it sounds you're used to, like shouting and gunfire and chairs being broken over people's backs. You hear a lot of ghostly bellowing and shrill cackling laughter. Sounds like a real bad scene, in other words. As you enter the tannery, the second thing you notice is that the place has been abandoned for years, probably since the cows came home. A lot of the equipment is wrecked and all of it's covered in dust. The first thing you notice is that there's a bunch of rodeo clowns in here fighting with, well, they aren't cows exactly. They're more like possessed skins of cows. That's a little strange because you've seen people wearing, for example, cow leather chaps, and you've never seen any of them being attacked by their chaps. Maybe there's something about the tanning process that makes leather impervious to possession. And these cow ghost whatevers are untanned hides. In any case, the clowns and cows seem preoccupied enough with their fighting. They haven't noticed you, at least not yet. Look around. You approach the clown in a weird cow leather ghost thing. They take notice of you and stop fighting while they process the new development. The clown unfortunately seems to decide he hates cows more than he hates you. The cow unfortunately decides it hates you more. Hate it right back. Get out of here, cow. You beat the cow, but the enemy of your enemy is apparently not your friend because the clown decides it's his turn to be on the right side of the screen. Well, I tried to be friends with you. Well, that's one clown and one cow down. Lie, lie, lie. Open. Leather shears and a handful of nails. Or lie. That's a lot of lie. A lot of cows. That is a lot of stuff going on. Door's locked, which is probably as well as considering the ruckus you hear on the other side of it. There's a lot of manure. And lime? Yeah, join the fracas. Fricka-fracas. I am way over-leveled for this. The true form of the clowns who were on your side now betray you. Damned clowns and cows. Yeah! Back to exploring. More lie. Scenes of real brawl. These clowns have a nasty look in their eye. Or his eye. Nastier than the typical, I mean. Yeah, get him. Get him, clown. Get him, Gary. Yay! Whiff! Yeah, now we took out them ghost sheet. Ghost. That's not surprising the cows attack me. Get him. Get him, Gary. Yeah. Whiff. Yeah, I missed this. Now I'm super over leveled. Varmint, skin, and knife, which I already have one, and then the tannery backdoor key. Let's get it. This body must have been lying here since the cows came home. There must not be much left of him. Tannery Saint Rage key. You poke around. Build a crate. Open the crate up. Got a lasso, and you also got the depressed rancher candy. Okay, now I'm gonna ice skate over to the tannery door. Unlock it. Oh boy, oh geez, this is not a good situation to be in. You quickly hide behind some of old tanned hides. Huh, this is that why they're called that. There are 3 clowns out here, each armed with a nasty looking knife. One of them is licking his knife. The sound makes you think maybe he is literally sharpening the blade on his tongue. They are facing 2 of the stretched hide cows and a monstrous thing that looks like an entire cow skeleton draped in flayed cow skin. Listen in. I bet you lot think you're real clever breaking through the human plane. Did you think we wouldn't follow? Moo. You think we'd find a weapon here to use against us? Or are you just trying to escape? Moo. What? You take that back. Stop listening. None of them seem to have noticed you. It looks like you could sneak back through the door if you're really careful. Why am I going to be careful? Hey, who the hell are you? Candygram? Moo. Uh-oh. Now's your chance. Get him! Fight! Get him, Gary. Alright, get him, Gary. Why'd you attack me, not the clowns? Bastard. Get him, Gary. As predictable as ever, the clowns turn on you once you've helped them defeat the cows. Sigh. Yeah, let's just do a normal attack. Get him, Gary. Yeah. Victory is mine. Well, it's a good thing the clowns hate cows more than they hate humans. Or that fight could have gone way worse. Fortunately, it seems pretty unlikely that you'll run into any more animated leather-clad cow skeletons on your adventure. Right. 180 XP. So let's see what's out here real quick. You approach the hide warily. Looks like it was too tan to be possessed. You see a storage shed. It's locked, but you maybe the key you found could open it. Enter. Pile of loose boards. I guess I don't have any nails. There's a guy here hiding behind a barrel. Oh, thank God. You aren't one of the horrible clowns. Nope, I'm Bjorn Hatfield. I'm Grady Tanner. It's a good thing you arrived. Could have held out much longer. Are you actually a Tanner, or is that just your surname? Well, both. What are you doing here? Hiding? What I mean is, why are you hiding in here? Because I don't want to die. Look, what's your story? Scavenging for tanning materials, cow's bane ain't easy to get hold of as it was in the old days. But while I was searching, those cows showed up, and then those clowns showed up, so I locked myself in here. What's cow's bane? It's a herb used for tanning leather. So you can't grow it in large batches anymore because cows show up and wreck the place. So there's other stuff as generally used for pig leather and so on. It's not as good though. Cows wreck your herb gardens? Yeah. If you're growing more than about a flower's pot worth, they get wind of it somehow. They hate stuff. I can't figure why. Here, I got a few extra seeds you can have. Be careful though. How long have you been in here? Let's see. How long have you been in here? 3 or 4 days. I'm starving. Cow's bane's poisonous, so I've been chewing on this old leather hat for sustenance. Seriously? Yep. Want some? No. Well, I took care of the clowns and cows, so consider yourself rescued. Wonderful, thank you. As soon as I get my new shop set up, you can count on me for any leather goods you need. The first one's on the house. You wouldn't happen to know where I might set up an... happened to your old shop? Care to guess? Cows? Yep. There's probably an empty lot in Dirtwater. You could probably use. Great. I'll head right out there. Thanks a million, partner. I owe you one. No problem. Yeah, I probably don't have any nails, so I can't do that. Alright, and I think the other thing that I can do now is I can go to the Lost Dutch Oven Mine and dig it up. Hit the trail, partner. I think I'm gonna need stench resistance. Nope. That wasn't it? Doesn't give me stench resistance? No, it doesn't. I'm dumb. What is it that gives me stench resistance? I thought it was... Oh no, it's this one right here. Sweet smelling flowers. Go back. What is this large? +4 muscle, +4 melee attack. What did I have before? What did I have? The filthy... Oh yeah, this is way better. Large plush bear. So I'm pretty... So the other thing I could do now that I have this is I believe I can go in here and talk to a guy. So in case you're wondering, once you get the El Vibrato loop or band, is it the loop? It's a headpiece, if I remember correctly. It's not the El Vibrato helmet. That's another thing you get. Oh, I guess I didn't get it. I thought I had it. Is it not? Did I not have it? Hold your horses. Where I had it here in my inventory. El Vibrato. Yeah, loop. It's a large loop. It's slightly bigger around your head. Try it on. As you place the ring on your head, two things happen. One is it begins humming and shimmering in the weird way shimmer. And the other is you suddenly feel as if you've put earplugs in your brain. Your thoughts are weirdly quiet. Weird. I'll say it's weird and not entirely pleasant. You take off the headband. Okay. So you gotta try it on first. Then you can put it on this guy's head. And he blinks rapidly, shaking his head. Oh my goodness, where am I? Ah, I'm still in the mine, uninjured and hungry, but not starving, so I can't have been here very long. Perhaps a day? Good. Well, I must have to thank you, friend. Howdy, feeling better? I should say so. Thank you for outfitting me with this remarkable device. To mention it, what's your name? Murray Morris, excavator of the unknown and purveyor of mysteries. Fancy what brings you to this mine. Why excavate in the unknown for mysteries to purvey? Of course, or at least attempting to. I must admit that until you put this device on me, I was quite overcome. Quite. I am oversensitive to psychic emanations, you see, always have been, all as it happens. The curious little hole is absolutely overflowing with them. And they're none too friendly, I can tell you that for certain. It was risky business, my coming down here, but I took a gamble and lost. It's a miraculous thing that you happened by when you did, my friend. We should both get out of here as soon as possible. I've been staying in a town called Dirtwater, to the south. You could probably do some good business, purveying mysteries there. Capital idea. Then I shall see you there. He hefts his pack onto his shoulder and leaves with a wave. See you later, Murray. And I'm pretty sure... Broken Pickaxe. Put it down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've also turned in a bunch of stuff so I can now see certain words. Push it. Push it again. Yeah, see this. See, if you do the push the third one, if you do that enough times, you'll get this huge, like instead of just like 5 of them, it'll be like 6 of them, but they'll all be connected with this weird, like weird lightning. And that's the like boss one to get, that's like the boss one to get the loop. And this is kind of one of the easy ways here to get like scrap punch cards and keystones. Because you'll all need these, because instead of using scrap to make keystones, you can just get them here. And you need these El Vibrato punch cards to learn the word, like to learn words. So this is one of the easiest ways to farm. I'll leave it be. And then you can open these gateways, and then you come over here. Like this guy, I put a battery in, which then turned this on, which then unlocked this, and voila. So this is where I'm going to end this episode. So until next time, you be you, you stay you, and most importantly, adventure on.